Probably have enough grease on my hands, cross that one out.
I also got Lindsay something really cool. I think she's gonna like it. She's been saying she's wanted one for a while. And I actually got it brand new, which is completely unlike me, not something I ever thought in a million years that I'd ever do. I'm gonna wait till the end of this video to give it to her, but I think she's really gonna like it. Here it is, a brand new kayak. She wanted one.
Look at that green beauty right there.
I'm not really sure what her affinity with kayaks is. I don't work this hard to have to paddle a boat when I get home. Hey, that's what she wants. That's what she's gonna get. I'm really not sure why she likes new stuff so much. I far prefer used things. First of all, I don't like having to worry about messing something brand new up. I've really also never had anything brand new. I've never had a brand new car. I've never lived in a brand new house. I've only ever had old stuff. When you buy it used, somebody else has already paid the depreciation on whatever you're buying. My next task, which is arguably the most important, that I actually think I forgot to put on the list. This is the steering tiller handle that I use to drive when we're hauling gear. It's all wore out. You see all this slack. I'm afraid this plate's gonna crack and it's gonna be no good at all. So I gotta come up with some kind of solution. This arguably is not engineered very well. This goes inside to a cross valve that you pick up and down on, but it's a lot of leverage on some thin metal. So I've already had to reinforce it with a bunch of screws that aren't holding up anymore. So I'm gonna have to reach up in there, disconnect the linkage from the cross valve, and then pull this whole piece off. You can see the two cracks on either side. There's just a lot of leverage on this. And you can't really tell on camera, but this rod is worn down on the top and the bottom, and it's not much. But you take a little tolerance out of here, and you take a little tolerance out of this barrel here, and you got a lot of movement. So we're gonna have to try to figure out some solution. I'm just gonna grind these out and then try to weld it back in there. I don't really have time to re-engineer this entire thing. 50 to 90 amps. That seems a little broad. Doesn't look too bad. I'll take it. Not too bad, I don't think. Not having any idea what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna upgrade these screws to some 1/4-20 stainless bolts. Ow, it is still hot. And the plate warped like crap. I had to beat it back into shape with a hammer, but cool it down a little bit so I can handle it. Use some grease. This says brake system grease. Boats don't have brakes, so I guess it'll be fine. I try to ask as few questions like that as possible. Grease is grease, right? This plate is warped like hell. Let's see, do a little test fit. Oh yeah. Yeah, it fits horribly. But that's all right because we're just gonna squeeze this joker back together. You wanna get this all over you too. Your old lady's gonna love you when you come home. And it's all over your clothes and everything you touch gets it all over it. Not so bad, not so bad. Just with the shirt. Oh yeah. Oh, that's minty. Like a dream, really. It's a little persuasion with a hammer. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I'm hoping I can get the washers on the back side of this. If I can't, oh, it's gonna be a Texas-sized bummer, buddy. Ooh. Oh. Come on. Ow, 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 mother, ow, ow, ow. Why does that hurt so bad? I hate this boat. All right, now I just gotta get the linkage attached, which is easier said than done. Up inside here, there is like a little fork with a hole through it. The valve has a pin, little cylinder like that also has a hole through it. And then when you push back and forth on this, it lifts up or pushes down on the valve, bypassing fluid either way to steer left or right. I have this little Allen key screw that actually came out of a zinc and then a wing nut. So I have to fish my arms up in there and then get this little wing nut down on the here. Yeah, you're gonna get a bit intimate with the boat doing that. Might wanna get consent first. Oh, look at that. Just the same as it was before. There we go. Welded back up and bolted instead of screwed. I forgot to even write that other task on there, but on to the next thing. So the next thing on the docket is to fix this winder. Even though everybody tells me their grandfather used to fish 1,000 pots every day, pull every single one by hand, and I ain't no crabber, so whatever. But we use winders, not 1925. Mine, I built out of garbage. It's always having issues. Hand tong puller, some garbage off the trash wheel, fair leads off of random things, an old flat crab pile winder that I cut up and turned sideways, PVC pipe off my old rail, some hydraulic hose and fire hose. You gotta use what you got. This is actually not an issue of the construction, it's just an issue of the plates wearing out. We haul like thousands of miles of line across these every year. These stainless plates, the line will wear a groove in it, so then we have to put what's called a liner in there, which is like a steel disposable plate. The liner has like textured grooves in it, and then you wear out the liners instead of the actual plates, where you can wear out the liners after you've worn out your plates. I put a fresh liner in, and I had it shimmed correctly, but then the liner wore out a little bit. The tolerances are just a little bit off enough that it's starting to slip, which drives me absolutely nuts. We got to pull these bolts. These plates will come off. We got to pull this piece off, which is called the knife. That spits the line out of the bottom so it doesn't wrap all the way around. We either got to re-shim it or stick another liner. I'm actually only running one liner in here right now. We're gonna start by pulling these apart, hopefully not dropping everything in the water. So these are the liner plates. It's a thin plate. These are the main plates, but you can see how it's all wore out like that. That's all from the line. Put these liner plates inside like that, and then this is like disposable. But these things are far, far easier to work on when you have pins. Like, I just take long bolts and cut off the heads, and then you can stick those in there and slide all your pieces on and then put your bolts in. I cannot find them anywhere, and I cannot find for the life of me bolts that have the same thread pattern. I have zero idea what they are. Not a single bolt in that entire shop is right. So we got to do it the hard way. Pretty much the way I do everything. This thing is called the knife. This is what sits between the plates. Like that. Oh my God, almost fell overboard. Sits between the plates and it spits the line out down that chute. You have to have these spaced just right so they don't rub up against your plates and wear them out. New knife is in. Both plates are in. It's hitting in a little low spot, but I think that'll straighten out. We'll see. Hopefully it holds up when I put the rest of these in there. Now we just gotta test it. Probably enough grease in my hands. Cross that one out too. Actually, the next thing is that I have to go put together some crabs for a friend of mine down at my yard, so we will be back. All right, one more project. Well, there's lots more projects. This water pump is going up, and they go up like all the time, maybe 1 or 2 a year. That's because they live in this nasty bilge hole. It gets all hot from the engine. It's not a good environment, and it's poorly engineered. You gotta work with what you got. So I'm running out of time here. I'm gonna see if I can replace this in a timely manner before I have to go run crabs for the 3rd time today. Great, that's great. I should be pit crew fast at this job because I've done it about 100 times. Oh yeah. As much as I love coming back here and having to beat this one with a hammer every couple rows, it does become a little inconvenient. There's a set of dikes and crimps up there? Or am I sitting on them? Nope. I just have. This is why projects take so long. Never disconnect your batteries when doing electrical work. Just cut it quickly. Here we go. If you disconnect the power before cutting live wires, you definitely ain't no crabber. These strippers are so crappy that I'm gonna bend them trying to strip the wire. Why do they even make tools that are of such low quality? It's amazing. Make sure to hold on to this. You're definitely gonna want to keep this thing around for a few years in case you need parts off it. Actually, I'll probably end up putting this half broken one back in like a month when this one breaks as well. And then just beat it with a hammer. Come on, you junk. These must have been out of some kind of child's play set, because these things are like worthless. I mean, worthless. Do nothing but piss you right off. Hey, Si, before you go, you got a lighter I can borrow?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, this will work. I like to burn my fingers and then melt half the connection, actually. I prefer lighters. Home stretch here. Doing this in record time. But I bet that isn't gonna hold. You son of a gun. I need a new set of grips. It's going super well. Never have the right stuff, even though I do it all the time. And even if I did, it probably wouldn't work. Wire's toasted. Probably should run a new one, but I'm not going to. And now I don't have a set of strippers. Come on, you piece of junk. Okay. All right, don't use a torch. Be sure to use a lighter. I want to burn, totally cook the wire, and not even heat shrink connectors. Doesn't really matter because I'm sure I pierced the heat shrink using channel locks to, you know. Make sure you trap all that moisture in there. Come on, just work. Just freaking finish here. Oh, do not tell me these are gonna be the wrong freaking size here, dude. This project just got a lot stupider. Now I have to change the fittings because this pump is bigger. I'm gonna have to come back down here after I run crabs because now I have to go run crabs. All right, in today's episode of doing the job of 5 people, I gotta go run crabs for the 2nd time today. And then come back down here and then finish up working on this hunk of crap so I can go beat my head against the wall tomorrow at work. Love crabbing. The issue is that this is for a smaller pump and I have like the next size up, so I gotta change all these fittings, which really not something I feel like doing. Ain't no way this hose is gonna cooperate. Well, much to my pleasure, I put this fitting in, and now it's like a ½ an inch too short to reach, and this will not come out with the force of 1,000 pickup trucks. It's gonna go burn in hell with the rest of this boat. It's never coming out of there, ever. So I'm gonna have to like take this thing all apart and reconfigure this somehow. All right, I think it's in. We're gonna see if it works. I hope it does. Whoa, I guess it's working. Whoa. Dang. Well, kids, moral of this story, stay in school, don't do drugs. Get a degree in something, not in crabbing. So we've successfully spent like all day working on the crab boat. Nothing is better than it was before. It's just hopefully not gonna break as soon. Well, that's not true. The water pump technically is working a little better. Hopefully the winder works better, and hopefully my steering continues to work. This is what it costs and the work and effort it takes just to keep a boat like this going. People think when you buy crabs, they're making me rich. That's not true at all. It took me all day and I spent hundreds of dollars trying to just keep this thing going. And I didn't even get to most of it. I didn't even get to doing an oil change or anything like that. All I did was fix the things that really needed it. May as well take a look at the paint job and everything, see how that's all holding up. And it's actually better than I was thinking. All this is holding up. The floor, these are little spots where it's just such heavy wear that I'm gonna have to touch them up. It is what it is. I got more metal to extend this. I'm gonna put some here as well. Overall, the floor, I mean, it's holding up about as well as I expected. It's not like epoxy paint or anything. It's not too bad. Drop a comment if you'd like to see a boat tour. I've actually never done a boat tour on any of my channels, anything before. If that's something you guys are interested in, that's something we can do. Also, just as an added reminder, you can buy my crabs shipped anywhere in the country, steamed, ready to eat with everything you need. You can find the link for that in the description. I ship them through Jimmy's Famous Seafood, but they are my actual crabs. You can watch us crab live every weekday and then order the crabs right through the website and then have them delivered to your door up to 2 days later. I got you a surprise.
Really?
I'm gonna put it on the porch, so don't look. Probably has less than zero idea what it is because it was just a spur of the moment thing and she hasn't mentioned it in a while, but I think she'll like it. And trust me, I wish it was a box full of chickens and ducks. From Tractor Supply, and they're pretty cute. Try not to break it before I even give it to her. Whew, that's a beauty.
I don't know, surprises make me nervous. Oh my gosh, you got me a kayak!
Brand new.
What?
I know, it's really not in my DNA to buy anything new, especially something I know I can find
so
on the internet, on Facebook Marketplace, but I know you like new stuff.
Green's my favorite color too.
Well,
Oh, thanks,
luckily,
honey. Thank you.
Green was on sale.
Excited, do you think I should go use it today?
It's up to you. It's a little rainy, but
And windy.
doesn't stop me from going out. What do you think?
It's the
Nice.
perfect size.
Manageable. You can get it in and out of the water by yourself while I'm out there working hard and you're here working from home. Living your best life.
Yes.
Tanning every day
It's gonna be
in a
wonderful.
swimsuit, getting me health benefits.
You can lay here if you want. You can just relax.
I'll get you a tiny anchor for it because
Hey, Luke, I got an anchor for you.
I have about 100 of them that people get called on my lines.
Oh man.
Maybe even catch us dinner one of these days.
That's perfect. Yeah, I'll go catch more fish then.
Perfect.